prodigal child has returned. You already know the vibe. So today we talking about Stephen A. whining ass Smith. This nigga on here crying like a wench because he he basically so that nigga basically got the thumbs down award from the National Journalists, the National Black Journalists Association, and he hurt. He hurt like a bitch. And it's crazy. You mad because you know what your community think of you now. Now you absolutely know what your community think of you. We all thought of you as this major figure. And the fact that you think because you brought your dumb ass in a televised show to some shit that you did something. You did nothing. And then the fact you bring your dumb ass over here with them white folks after them people just said that they give you the thumbs down award for talking disparagingly on black women. You bring your dumb ass to a white man to try to defend yourself. You just gave yourself another reason to give a thumbs down. You deserve it. You got the thumbs down award for talking shit about black women. And the reason you keep bringing Michelle Obama out your mouth is for what reason is behind me. That lady ain't said nothing. Nathaniel. But you keep bringing her up. So, let me share my screen with y'all. First, we're going to do the Stephen A. Smith shit, right? We're going to go check out Stephen A. We're going to see what Stephen A. got to say. And we're going to try and listen. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though we know we doubt this nigga going to say anything particularly good. I don't believe he is. Y'all don't believe he is. None of us believe he is. So, let's give him a try. Let's try and listen to him.
Florida Congressman, for example, Byron Donalds, could actually make him a Republican. Well, he's succeeded where I have failed miserably. I've been trying for years. Then there is the drama of the WNBA, where Stephen A. is accusing conservatives of politicizing that controversy, but argued the WNBA did it to themselves by failing to establish clear guidelines. Oh, like defining what is a woman. Basic stuff. Now Stephen A. has taken on the National Association of Black Journalists after the group gave him its so-called thumbs down award, accusing him of a pattern of disparaging commentary about prominent black women. Now Stephen A. fired right back, warning the organization, "You had your turn, now mine is coming." Here to, well, give them his turn, our friend Stephen A. Smith. First of all, you know, this frustrates me as your friend. I get more angry when my friends are attacked than if I am attacked. We have been friends for decades. You won't even let me tell people his turn, our friend Stephen A. Smith. First of all, you know, this frustrates me as your friend. I get more angry when my friends are...
First of all, I just ran that back because I wanted to make sure I heard what I heard upstairs. I don't give a fuck how mad you is. We don't give a fuck about none of that. We don't give a fuck. And I hope Stephen A. told you that black people don't give a fuck what you think. You can think what you like. We don't give a fuck. We still gonna talk about this nigga. Look at me. I jumped at 3 o'clock in the morning just to talk my shit about this black bitch. Come on, be serious. Now everybody, now we all disparaging him, but it's okay for him to disparage the whole community. Nah, brother, we ain't going for that. I don't give a fuck.
Attacked, and if I am attacked, we have been friends for decades. You won't even let me tell people what I know you do for minority communities, will you?
It's none of your fucking business what he do for minority communities, and even if you told us what he did for minorities communities, we wouldn't give a fuck. Because what you do in the public eye means more than what you do behind closed doors. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can give all the money you want to charity. But if you sitting on TV and you talking down about us and then giving money to charity to make yourself feel better, nah, brother, we're not going for that. Not that one. We ain't going for that.
If I started to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. Am I right or wrong?
That is correct.
Okay. So
That's
it
correct.
frustrates me that people that don't know you are making ridiculous allegations like this. Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says...
See, this is the part that this is what we talking about right here. Stephen A., you just sat and watched this man say disrespectful shit out your mouth. He said disrespectful shit out his mouth about a black woman. And you sitting across from him on a television screen shaking your head, yeah. How you want us to be okay with that, my nigga, is beyond me. How you think we gonna be okay with that is beyond me. Like, bro, all of us, like, if you really sit down and think about it, we look at that lady like, that's our brother. I mean, that's our sister, that's our mother, that's our cousin, that's our auntie, that's our whoever. The fuck? But that bitch ride and she actually take care of her community. Y'all do everything in y'all power to put that lady down. That lady stand 10 toes and she holds y'all niggas account. Y'all mad that black woman don't give a fuck about what y'all think of her. And that she will stand on whatever message that she got. But y'all niggas, you ain't got the balls to even do that. The fact that she got more kahunas than y'all do is fucking crazy.
I view nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it, and that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by...
My nigga, I'm gonna let you talk.
By 5 black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would label me in this way. Give me a thumbs down award specifically for disparaging black women. I want everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not happen. That is a flat out lie.
See, the fact of it is that Stephen A., you've been so long close to them white folks that you even got their talking points. You even got their talking points down to a sentence. You want to tell us that it's not out there, it hasn't happened. You didn't do it. But you did. You absolutely did. You know you did. You know better than I know what you've done. But the fact of it is, you want to hide your hand. Brother, we see all your cards. You trying to hide it, but you got the cards flipped the wrong way. You a dumbass.
And that never happened. whether it was Jasmine Crockett, whether it was Kamala Harris, whether it was Michelle Obama. I pointed to something that they said that I may have disagreed with. That is all. That is all that I have done. And
Wait a minute, you
Joy
said about
Reid,
Michelle
her
Obama,
as well.
she could win. That's what I remember you saying about
Yeah,
her.
but what? No. Yeah, but remember what happened is that I said that I did not appreciate her saying that a vote for Donald Trump was a vote against women, because I said there are a plethora of reasons why people go to a poll. Some people might prioritize the economy.
You see, all the shit that you talking about right now is bullshit. Because right now, the Cubans, the Mexicans, all of them, they regret they vote. They know he fucked up. Even the white women regret they vote because they know they fucked up. This man don't care about no women. This nigga will make you die having a baby, trying to preserve the white race. And I hate to say that shit, but it's true. And then you have a black man right here that's trying to pretend like we don't know what the fuck is going on. And this is the part where you, Stephen A., you play without intelligence too much. You do. You play with us too much. You think we dumb. You like this is the problem with black conservatives, because this nigga, I've been saying since I got the mic right, that you black conservative niggas been taking a hit. If you black and you conservative, I would suggest you change your party. Because if you black and you're conservative, these are the niggas you got representing you. And these niggas are taking hits left and right. Hands on dangling. Y'all see Lee Peterson. Fucking this nigga. Stephen A. Jason Whitlock. And some others out there I'm probably forgetting, but the most predominant ones, even Jason Tatum dumbass. All of the ones that's actually pushing the black conservative message. You niggas were weird niggas in high school, middle school, and elementary school. So now you grew up and got a mic, and now you the weird nigga on the mic. That's what happens. You don't change. You never shed that old skin. You still that lame nigga from fucking elementary school. Yes, you are. You didn't grow up.
Immigration, safety in the streets of America, national security, etc. There are a plethora of reasons why somebody would choose to vote. To sit up there and to say to African-American men that a vote for Donald Trump would be a vote against women, I said, I don't think that's fair. And that's what I said. My point is, whether you agree or disagree, how does the word disparaging come into play? Or to talk about me degrading and denigrating black women? No, I've had a difference of opinion about something that they may have said. And that...
Okay. We'll say you have a different opinion on that. Right? I let you go with that. I let you fly. We'll take the black women off the table. But what about the black men that you disparage over your entire career? You made a career off of disparaging black men. In every sport, you have never called out the good in nothing that black folks have done. Everybody that the black community support and champion, you want to tear down. The only people that you support as black is the ones that white folks like. They the ones you get excited about. Where's that high tone pitch voice that you usually yelling into the mic at? Where is that at? Where's that act that you be having on your motherfucking show? Where you into the mic. Where that motherfucking person at now? You sitting down with this white man and you got all the common sense in the world. But when you sit down with us, you act like you don't fucking know. We tired of it. And that's why you got a thumbs down, nigga. You got a thumbs down because we sick and tired of you treating them better than you treat us. And nigga, you one of us. Yeah, I'm so happy the black journalists did this. Because now we get to call out those in our community that is truly a detrimental to us. Like, it seems to me that you think because you got a certain amount of money, you better than the rest of us. And you're not. In my opinion, you lamer than the rest of us. You sold out more than the rest of us. You was willing to get fucked in your butt more than the rest of us. That's how I see it.
As all, but a journalistic organization that's supposed to, its foundation is supposed to be based on objectivity and, most importantly, uplifting African Americans within the journalism industry. Well, excuse me, what have I accomplished in my career? Where am I sitting at right now? On September 29th, I'm about to be inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame. I've established myself as one of those people.
That's the problem. You think because you getting inducted into some broadcast Hall of Fame or whatever the fuck it is, hey, you get the right to sit around and talk shit about the black community and the black community don't get to say nothing back. It seems as though we just gotta take and accept whatever the fuck you say. And 90% of the time, you're absolutely wrong. 90% of the time, you disrespecting niggas. Like Lamar Jackson. You don't really fuck with Lamar. Only time you want to talk about Lamar doing good is when the white folks on Lamar nuts. But in our actuality, just like when Josh Allen won that MVP, you was dick riding Josh Allen when your fuck dumbass knew that Lamar Jackson deserved that motherfucking award. He outthrew every fucking body and had less interceptions than every fucking body. More yards per fucking throw. But we went along and gave it to the white boy. And you was cool with it. You jumped on board with it. You was with it. But now you sitting down and you calmly talking about just because you brought national media to a black event that we didn't ask for you to come to, I would appreciate if you stop saying. Because we don't care. I promise. We don't care. We don't care about none of your accomplishments. See, this is where we get wrong. You think your accomplishments mean something to everybody, and it doesn't. It's the way you carry yourself. And your attitude towards the people that you report on daily is piss poor. And that's the truth.
In this industry, but I'm not a Hall of Famer for the NABJ. I brought for my national television show, First Take from ESPN, in concert with ESPN and the great bosses that I have. We brought First Take, a nationally televised show, every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on ESPN. We brought it to the NABJ conference. When have you seen a nationally televised?
You see what I'm saying? You press the tell about you bringing a nationally televised show to a black event. As if we wasn't cool just being comfortable in our space alone. It's like the ones that go to their cookout gotta bring them niggas over to our cookout with their food, and now you making our food look like their food, and their food is nasty. And now we at the cookout asking who cooked this. And the fact of it is you taking blame, you taking not blame or responsibility, but you taking credit for Auntie Macaroni and Cheese. He didn't make that macaroni and cheese. Auntie did. But you sitting up there making it seem like he brought it to the cookout. This is how you talk. I'm trying to tell you. But you don't want to listen. The only thing you want to hear is green. If it ain't green, you don't speak his language.
Show broadcasting live from a journalism convention. I did it the last 2 years in Chicago and Cleveland, respectively. But I don't show up this year, and all of a sudden I receive a thumbs down award. I think it's utterly ridiculous, and I called them on it.
No,
the fact that you think that we gave you the thumbs down award because you didn't show up this year with a nationally televised show, it's crazy. It's crazy. What about all the shit that you said through the last 20-something years of your career about the community and the people that's from that community? Like, talk shit about Angel Reese. And Angel Reese is a baby. She fresh out of college. And you talk down on her. Oh, but let Kate and Clark come, and you got nothing but good energy for her. These are the problems that we have. It's the contradictions that you present to us and want us to accept, opposed to seeing the badness in your behavior. See, it's okay for us to take accountability, and that's what you want. Black conservatives always want the black community to take responsibility for their actions. But when we ask for other people to do the same thing, motherfuckers don't want to do that. Now motherfuckers want to talk about us, and we want to say all this and that about us. It's cool. It's cool. We cool. We starting to learn, and I'm glad. All my black people out there, I'm glad. You're starting to learn that you don't have to deal with a motherfucker that don't respect you. See, that Asian boycott started something. It started a catalyst to black Americans knowing that we don't have to do this. And as a collective, we are starting to understand we don't have to do this. And soon, we all gonna get to the point where we not gonna want to go to work. And we're gonna say, we don't have to do this. And when that day comes, that will be the day that niggas like him gonna get on the TV screen and they gonna start calling us lazy. They gonna start calling us bums. They gonna start calling us thugs. They gonna start calling us criminals. They gonna make us out to be terrorists. Watch. Just hanging on the corner gonna be a crime. It's already a crime. It's called loitering, but you ain't even gonna be able to do it. They gonna enforce loitering to the maximum extent.
You've had very private, personal conversations that I think we should bring public.
Yeah.
And that is that my faith, my Christian faith, teaches me that God created every man, woman, and child on this earth. God put unique talents in every man, woman, and child on this earth. You know, we give a lot of...
I swear for Jesus, I'm about to pull my hair out if another nigga tell me, like, you can't say nothing about Christianity. You don't walk in that faith, you don't have that faith, you don't believe in that faith, and you don't carry yourself as that faith. You carry yourself as a fucking atheist. And that's okay. But stop putting this shit on Christianity and Christians. Because Christians, real true Christians, don't act like this. They don't believe the shit that you believe. The bullshit that you about to spew out your mouth. The shit that you are about to say. Real Christians don't believe that.
Lip service people do to a colorblind society. You know, I guess with extremists, I don't care if they're white nationalists, jackasses, or anti-Semites, or whatever. You know, there are people that never want to get there. You will always be my friend, and you have been my friend. And you attack me more than anybody else. So you go at me day and night and day, either on text or on the phone. You don't hold back.
Yes, true.
But we're still friends.
Not at all.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why can't you disagree with some Democrats?
Unfortunately, because you have folks within
the fuck do we keep making this about the Democrats? This ain't got nothing to do with our Democrats. See? Blanket statements. Blanket statements is only okay from your side. But from our side, when we put those blanket statements out there and say that all of y'all are fucking evil, then we wrong. And we say that all of you are pedos, then we wrong. And we say that all of y'all like little girls, then we wrong. We wrong when we generalize all of y'all. All of y'all in that space. Because it seems like all of y'all in that space do the same shit, act the same way, give off the same energy. You stick close to each other. You got each other back. And you know what they say. Birds of a feather, they do what? Flock together.
Liberal community, in the modern liberal community, I'm not talking about traditional Democrats that are relatively moderate. I'm talking about these folks that have really regressed as far as I'm concerned. And their attitude is that you have to parrot their speech, lock, stock, and barrel, or you're absolutely positively against them. Sean, on my show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A., I've had a show on.
And then this nigga keep finding a way to promote his show. That's all it's about, is to let white people know that his show is where you can get him disparaging black women. You went on, hey, black folks, let me tell y'all why this nigga went on Sean Hannity. This nigga went on Sean Hannity, and if you count the amount of times that he announced his show, is to promote his show to white people that got a fucking liking to that type of entertainment, that enjoy black people talking down about black people. You know, a lot of times we go and look for shit that justify the way that we feel and our thought pattern. So he is here to promote his show and let y'all know that you can get this over here. No matter what his words are saying right now, Stephen A. is going to go back on his show tomorrow or whenever the fuck, I think this shit like 3 days old. He probably right now talking down on somebody black.
On POTUS Radio on Sirius XM channel 124 every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. since September 17th. I've had 60 guests on the show, 30 Republicans, 30 Democrats. I'm a registered independent. I believe in being fair and exercising common sense. There are things that I disagree with about
No, my nigga, you are not an independent. We are not accepting you in our community. See, independent got independent thinking and independent thought. We don't agree to none of the bullshit. You are not an independent. You are a black conservative. We're not about to sit up here and let you not label yourself for what you are. You are what you portray. And what you portray is a black conservative, not an independent. Because an independent believes in fair wages. An independent believes in fair housing. An independent believes in free housing. An independent believes in fair wages. An independent doesn't believe in 40 work hours a week. Independents don't agree with capitalism. So, I'm not sure that you're independent, my nigga. In actuality, I'm really not.
President and his administration, you know that. There are things that I disagree with the left about. I'm fair and even-handed. That's not good enough. I understand that being the case with most people in America if you have your political tilt that you want to lean towards. But that should not be applicable to a journalist organization. The National Association for Black Journalists, it's not the entire organization. It was just a few board members that tried to give the impression the entire organization is against me. There's a whole bunch of people that were at the convention that spoke adamantly and emphatically against their decision to do that and in support of me. But nevertheless...
Why you don't name them niggas' names? Give us the names so we can kick them niggas out. That's what I want to know. Because anybody that support you and the way you speak, they need to go. It's time, black folks. It's time we start kicking these niggas out. Real talk. We gave them too long. Now they act like they don't gotta do nothing we say. They don't gotta act that right way. These niggas is fucked up. I'm telling you, they fucked up. So when I say it's time for us to leave these niggas alone, let them niggas go out there and do on their own, real talk.
A few board members decided to make this decision, and as far as I'm concerned, they will regret it because I'm not going away. If anything...
Whoa, was that a threat? I'm just checking to see if Stephen A out there threatening niggas. Excuse me. To the side. Can't see. Trying to see if them niggas Stephen A out there threatening niggas. Cause you's a bitch.
They've made me more intense. They've made me more adamant about my positions and the manner in which I'm going to go about doing what I do. I don't back up, and nobody's going to intimidate me from being who I am. And that is a fair-minded individual that calls balls and strikes, and it's going to be...
So you're going to be even more disrespectful when you're going to go even over. See, you're going to double down on your dumbness. That's what you talking. That's exactly what you just said right now. I want you to understand that we all see it. And we see that you're going to double down on your dumbness. Yes, you is. You're going to double down on your dumbness. And then get mad at us for not fucking with you. Well, let me tell you, good brother. You're doing it to yourself. And if you don't stop, it's going to be you on your own that fuck you up.
Be fair to both sides of the aisle, no matter what the hell they say. I'm not backing up 1 inch. As far as I'm concerned,
that part I know.
All they've done is stirred me up. That's all they've done.
You know,
that's all they've done.
Because I've been on the receiving end of your rants. I have, you know, and the thing is, I always tell you, stick to sports. You tell me stick to politics when I talk sports.
Yeah.
You can't blame Republicans because the WNBA, by the way, can't define what a woman is.
Yes, I can.
Sorry. They dug their... No, you can't.
No, I'm not. No. I didn't blame them. I didn't blame Republicans for the woman thing. I said, y'all, oh, you're politicizing it. You know that it's advantageous for y'all to bring up these subject matters because you're going to have people galvanized over it, and it's going to help you at the voting booth. That's what they're doing.
Excuse me.
I understand the WNBA left the door open, but it's what they're doing.
What does the W stand for? The W stands for women.
I agree.
Okay,
that's why I said they left the door open.
And stop. There's no ambiguity here. You sound like cisgender Tellerico now.
You're not. Hold it. Don't treat me like I'm one of your socialist guests that didn't want to answer questions over the last 2 weeks. I'm not them. I agree with you about the dumping.
You see how this nigga just went back into character? You see how this nigga just went back into character? You literally just sit down and have an intelligent conversation with this white man. Or at least you thought it was intelligent. I don't really give a fuck. It really wasn't. But the fact of it is, if you set your ass down with this white man and you gave good energy, and now you back into your character, you're being somebody else. I told you, these niggas are on the same side. You heard them say, don't treat me like I'm one of them socialists. Don't treat me like I'm one of those Democrats. He don't want to be treated like one of us. That's exactly what he just said. Don't treat me like them. Cause I'm not like them. I'm like y'all.
NBA, but it doesn't absolve the conservatives of what they're doing with the issue.
Don't blame me that liberals can't, cisgender Tellerico.
I am going to blame you.
Tell me what the other four are.
That's my favorite habit to do. I blame you for everything. Why would I not do that?
I don't even know why I like you. Goodbye. I don't like you under attack by other people because they don't know you like I do.
Sorry.
All right, Stephen A., thank you.
The fact that this white man think that he defended Stephen A. Smith is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you sat down with Stephen A. Smith and had conversation. For what? Because we all walked away understanding that you don't want to be like us. You don't want to, you don't even want them to treat you like us. You literally just said that at the end of it. You said, don't treat me like I'm one of them socialists. Don't treat me like I'm one of them Democrats. I'm not like them. I'm not like them. See, I usually watch other videos and then I play this video. Nah, this time I'm gonna straight keep a source. Cause I wanted to see him in his raw form. In his raw form. That nigga's a cold bitch. Brother, listen to me. They can tell you what they want. But me, I send you what you are. You're a cold whore, my nigga. So now we're gonna jump over to TikTok. Y'all know how I like to do. Y'all know my scroll hunt shit. This that scroll hunt portion. My show is structured. First 30 minutes we talk about the person. Next 30 minutes we go through TikTok and we analyze the videos on TikTok and we'll see what the people like. And I'm not talking about big name people because I'll never stay on one of them long. I'm going to small creators, like real people. I want to see the real people reaction. I don't give a fuck about Ebro. I don't give a fuck about niggas with million subscribers. Fuck them. I want niggas out there that's like me that only got 1 or 2 people watching. I want those niggas because those niggas' opinion is what really matters. Fuck everybody else. Because you can't get a raw reaction from niggas that got millions of subscribers. You going off of what somebody else wants you to say. You can't give that raw reaction after you done got them dollars. That's one.
So Stephen A. Smith went on the Sean Hannity show to talk about the NABJ giving him a thumbs down. And Stephen A. Smith also went on his show and talked about it. And he said it was a personal attack. And my thing about this, because this video isn't even about Stephen A. Smith, my thing is Stephen A. Smith has perpetuated several personal attacks on athletes, specifically black athletes, specifically Kyrie Irving. That was a personal attack that went on for a long time.
Hey, when I said let's remove the black women off the table, I said let's just leave it on. Let's just leave the black men on there. Bro, you overly disrespected black men. And you're a black man yourself. But you, boy, in sports, you talk down on niggas as if you was a nigga that played sports. And then you wasn't. And then when them niggas tell you that, you try to make it seem like now they got problems or they crazy. Nah, brother, it's you. It's always been you.
And my thing is, man, when you criticize people, you have to be able to be criticized. You have to. That's what Stephen A. Smith has made his name on right now. Criticizers. The criticizers hate to be criticized. It's just their opinion that they gave you a thumbs down for how you're moving. You opine about people all the time, so you have to be able to take it. When I get on here and pop this phone up and get to talking, and people be clapping back at me sometimes and opining about me, I have to take it because I opine about people. You got to take it and move on, man. But this is about Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity was talking to Stephen A. Smith, and he said, is it because you said something about a couple of African-American women, Jasmine Crockett and Joy Reid, and he said both of them says nutty things at times, and Stephen A. let that slide. But anyway,
that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I said. I said it when it happened. When he did it, I had a problem with it, but Stephen A. didn't. Stephen A. let it slide. Stephen A. didn't point it out. Stephen A. didn't say, hey, don't talk about black women like that. You don't got the right to talk about black women like that. You're not a black man, so don't talk about black women like that. Like, Stephen A., we let you get away with it because you're a black man. But Sean Hannity, bro, you should have been on his neck. And you wasn't. And now the whole community see that. The whole community seen exactly what you was about. You let him say that Jasmine Crockett and whoever else he said say nutty things. And you didn't defend them. Regardless if you said that you don't like what they say or you got a problem with a few things they say out their mouth, but your actions show that you have an actual problem with the black woman. That's just my stance.
What you mean nutty things? What are nutty things? Because you don't agree with them? That's subjective. What makes what they say nutty things? Because they say some things that you don't agree with? And Sean Hannity, did you not say illegal immigrants can vote in local New York City's city elections at one point? Which was wrong. That's a nutty thing to say.
That's nutty.
Illegal immigrants can vote in New York. You were wrong. Nutty thing to say. In 2023, didn't you say the White House planned to ban gas ovens and burners? Yeah, I think you did, allegedly, right? Nutty thing to say, because that was wrong. 2009, then you lie about the attendance at an anti-health reform rally by using different footage from an entirely different protest, allegedly. Did you do that, allegedly? It's a nutty thing to do, man, because that's when you outwardly lie like that, allegedly, that's nutty. This beyond nutty. This is disrespectful. Then you perpetuate unfounded conspiracies about murdered political staffer Seth Rich in 2016. His family told you to please stop, and you didn't. Didn't you do that allegedly? Nutty thing to do and disrespectful. Then you insulted Colin Kaepernick at one point. You said if Kaepernick can disrespect the United States, you have a disrespect and insult the United States, you have a right to insult him, which you are correct. You are correct. So with that reasoning, if you can insult people and Stephen A. Smith can insult people, people have a right to insult him. If I can say things that may insult people, people have a right to insult me. And those words are not going to affect me because they have a right to say that. But those just are my thoughts, man. All praises to the Most High.
Hey, yo, he not lying, though. Like, Sean Hannity has said some nutty shit over the years. And the fact that you want to come out and say black women say nutty shit is crazy. It's crazy. And the fact that Stephen A. didn't do anything or say anything about it is even crazier. We don't give a fuck what you went on your show and said. See, one thing I know is when Stephen A. started that podcast shit, he think that black people watch First Take. That's where he get wrong. We don't watch First Take. A lot of us don't even watch ESPN. 90% of the black community don't even got cable. That shit is obsolete in our households now. Household. That shit is obsolete now. It's gone. Ain't nobody watching that, boy. If it ain't an app, we ain't fucking with it. That's facts.
So y'all remember when Donald Trump called Stephen A. Smith dumb as a rock, right? And y'all remember Stephen
Okay, this one got 90.
The NABJ gave Stephen A. Smith a thumbs down, and this is what he decided to do next.
Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times, Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things, Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it, and that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by 5 black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would label me in this way. Give me a thumbs down award specifically for disparaging black women. I want everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not happen.
Yes, he decided to go into Sean Hannity's show of all shows discussing black issues. And you wonder why they gave you a thumbs down. Now, the reason why they gave it to him is because of his disparaging remarks against black women specifically. And I think something that many people have been pointing out is specifically his remarks he had against Jasmine Crockett, which he then had to come out and apologize for. Now, he says because he came out and apologized, essentially, if you look at his YouTube little show he did, then they shouldn't have come out against him. And because they put him in a category of like 5 other people who were given a thumbs down. But you have to realize that right now, black women specifically are getting hit by this administration. Black women specifically are one of the highest demographics being unemployed because of this administration. And Stephen A. Smith, just going on Sean Hannity tonight to discuss this, highlights exactly what black people specifically have been talking about concerning you. You have been giving safe space and safe harbor to people that constantly disparage black women. So you can't get mad when an organization that represents black people are like, sir, this is not what we stand for. This is their way of saying, Stephen A. Smith, we love what you're doing, but maybe you should pay attention to who you're giving safe harbor to. And instead of apologizing after the fact, because nobody ever hears the apology, they always hear the very first response. And some of the things you've said about black women, about Jasmine Crockett, that could have had a very huge effect on how people perceive her. And it gives safe harbor for people that you allow on your show to be able to say all these other disparaging things about black women and about black people specifically because you said it.
He did, though. He literally gave safe harbor to fucking Sean Hannity to open his mouth and say some nutty shit about Jasmine Crockett and Joy Reid. Just because you it's okay to have a difference of opinion. A difference of opinion means that everybody is independently thinking. When you have that collective going together just to get along, that's when you have a problem. But it seems as though as independent thinking is looked down upon when it's in the black community. We have to collectively say that we agree to whatever bullshit that some nigga is doing or done. We all take blame for whatever some nigga is doing or done. So if that's the case, we giving out that energy too now. If you do something, just like the white boy left that little nigga to drown. Now, in one summer, white people had white children. This is why I'll keep my kids away from white kids. 2 occasions this summer, white children go out swimming with black children, and 2 of them die. Both of them delete text messages, delete pictures, throw their shit away, and act like they wasn't even with them. This is what happened with the first little boy, and now this is what happened with Noah. And now we get to a point where we starting to see a pattern. And we would be crazy not to call the pattern that we see. It's just that simple. We ain't gotta make this shit rocket science, because it's not rocket science. This shit is like fucking
now, doesn't this have to do specifically
to come on this show to have a conversation with me about her assertions that she articulated on that stage? Do you know what she said to me, ladies and gentlemen? She'd rather have a private off-the-air conversation first. Oh, really? So you can go on a public platform, denigrate me, make these accusations against me without calling. But when I challenge you to come on here face to face and have a conversation with me, now we want a private conversation.
You hear the tone in his voice. Like, the tone in his voice is this is how you would speak to a black one. Like that and that tone of voice. That's how you would speak to a black one. And this is why she said she wanted to have a private conversation. Because she would be damned if you speak to her like that in public. She's not gonna let you disrespect her like that. So, no, she did the right thing. If you look at a certain conversation in private, fuck that nigga. Let him say what he wants in public. But he ain't never talked to me. We ain't never had that conversation in private. And I keep disparaging you as much as you disparage me. And the only thing she ever said about Stephen A. is that he tap dancing. Which he is. Stepping in fashion.
Before. Nah. All right, now, I want to say a couple things real quick.
Okay.
I met Steve at the NABJ convention in 1992. That's where we actually met.
Mm-hmm.
Where he was working in North Carolina as a movie timetable clerk trying to break into sports. So I've known him from the very beginning. You know, I've mentored him. Mm-hmm. He said it a million times. I'm the godfather to one of his daughters. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. So I want to fully,
for sure,
let you know what kind of relationship we have, not just because we were on TV together at one point. That's not the kind of relationship we have. But and to pull the curtain back, we've all talked about this in our group text.
Mm-hmm.
We all said this before today, before we found out that she wanted to have a private conversation. And the NABJ has a right to criticize anybody. I wish they would have done it privately and had it in-house. Didn't we all say that on our text? Mm-hmm. Right? This was last night when we were talking about this. I think that would have been the best way. And the idea that now she wants to do something privately, I think that's the way that this probably should have been handled first, to raise her concerns with Steve and about what, her issues were. Mm-hmm. How can they work through this? Is there a better way for him or for him to say, hey, I'm not just picking on black women, or I'm not just doing this, or I'm not just doing that, or whatever it is, and have a case. I just thought that would have been more productive than just doing it publicly to have people see, a fight amongst ourselves. That's me.
Well, there's a lot of layers to this, and I totally get what you were just saying there. I think one of the things that Stephen A. Smith, and I think if he were sitting here, I would articulate it. Maybe he would, at least understand where I'm coming from, whether he agreed or not, is that, and I've been saying this for 2 years while I've been on this show. You and I would sit here during commercial breaks talking. I would be like asking you questions like, what's the end goal here? Why, he's jumping into political, not just a thought on politics. Get that, right? He's a grown man. Why not? We all have them. But going head first in it, teasing about presidential runs. That's much different than just, hey, I have a thought about a new tariff or this or that. Jumping knee deep in it, going with the full political pundits and having conversations, having a whole political show. Well, now you've opened yourself up for a whole bag of criticism that was not there historically. You saying he's a bad man or lay off the weed on First Take is completely different than when now you're jumping in this political space routinely, regularly, to the point of having a political show. So I can't say, Stephen A., you're shocked that you're getting new criticism, right? Because you've now opened up a door. He said, I want to be known not just as sport. I'm telling his own words, not just sports guy. I want to be known like an Oprah, where any and everybody, you say Oprah, everybody knows her. 20-year-old, 80-year-old, black, white, Latina, man, female, everybody knows her. He wants to be that, not just, the one sports guy. Well, this is what happens. And when, as you know, comes a lot of responsibility.
These niggas is caping for this motherfucking nigga right now. I don't know if y'all feel the same way that I feel, but right now these niggas is caping for him. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. None of it. You taking too long to get to the point, black man. You keep going around in a circle, black man. Say what the fuck you need to say, black man. Don't be scared, black man. Just tell a man what it is. He fucked up. It is what it is. And then you go out in public and this is what you do. You show your ass. Nah, I ain't with that.
My only thing I would say is, at a certain point, if even you mentioned Jamel, Rob G brought up Jamel, Kerry Champion, some other people, if people you deemed you thought you were close to and helped out, if people like that, people you don't know, an association that you are affiliated with gives you the thumbs down, right or wrong, as far as maybe publicly or privately, I do feel at a certain point, is there a moment where you kind of go, well, dang, let me just think. It's the old narrative. If everybody called you crazy, am I crazy? And I just mean more along the lines of, maybe it's not coming out right. Maybe but
I'll give you this. I hear your point, but I do think, even in my case, as we know, we've been talking about the whole Magic City thing. There were people in the organization. I never billed it as an NABJ event, you know that. But there were people.
Man, I ain't trying to hear these phony answers. That's why I be saying you can't fuck with top users, bro. You gotta go to the bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel is where you hear niggas with real feelings.
Since receiving the Thumbs Down Award, of course, Mr. Stephen Anthony Smith went to his safe haven.
Your criticism of radical people on the left And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it. And that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by 5 black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would.
That's another thing. Why the fuck you keep bringing up your mother and your nieces and your... Hey, nigga, that's kind of predatory. Like, why the fuck do you know the exact number of women in your fucking family? Like, you walk around counting how many women I don't even know how many women I got in my family. And it's a lot. But I can't sit up here and say I got what? Like, bro, I got hella nieces, but I don't know how many of them it is. I can't even name them all, but I know them all if I see them. That's the difference. Nigga, you just rattled off a number. That's kind of predatory.
Label me in this way. Give me a thumbs down award specifically for disparaging black women. I want everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not happen.
You didn't say all those things? I guess we need to roll the tape again.
Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself. I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work.
I believe Kamala Harris's political career is over. But this was the last straw. And I'm going to tell you why. Because although I'm certainly not an advocate of her diming out her boss and talking about whatever deficiencies he may have had, you could have said something. You could have done something other than what you did. And I don't want to hear about 107 days and that's all you had. You know what 107 days gave you? It gave you the opportunity to take over the campaign and do it your way, instead of capitulating to what his people wanted you to do and you doing whatever you thought was necessary under the realm or the guise of loyalty.
No, dude, you said all these things. You
see, that's the problem, bro. You seem to think it's okay for you to walk around saying the shit that you say out your mouth about black women. And you trying to put more on Kamala Harris than what she had. She had 100 days. How is she going to convince a country in 100 days to vote for her? You saying no, you shouldn't compete. What? Just because you know a bunch of big words don't mean you know what you're talking about.
said all those things about the former vice president, Jasmine Crockett, and other prominent black women that have large platforms. You did say that shit. And you said that shit to cater to your white male audience and possibly white women audience as well. Because you know what you are? You are the Benedict Arnold. You are the black person that Harriet Tubman will probably left behind. Because you saying this summer, I got nieces and nephews, but you're still a disrespectful piece of shit. I mean, you was disrespectful to the woman in the mailroom who was black in my building because y'all did not know Stephen A. lived in my building. Yeah, he was my neighbor on the other side of the building, and he was an asshole then. So it's not surprising that he's a disrespectful prick to black women. I don't care how many people you have in your family, you're still disrespectful as hell. So, Stephen, you can miss me with that bullshit because you are who you are. Since receiving...
That's crazy. We found the lady that lived next door to that man. And that man was disrespectful to a male lady. He the salt of the earth. They bring you your mail. She ain't gotta bring you your shit. Bitch, nigga, you all had to go stand in a long ass line and pick that shit up back in the day. But these good people said, nah, we gonna start delivering it to your house. Your bitch ass gonna disrespect the mail lady.
The NABJ gave
Stephen A. Smith did exactly what most people thought he was going to do. I don't think most people thought he was going to run to Sean Hannity, though. Now, I'm sure when people saw that he ran to Sean Hannity on Fox News, of all places, when you were being called out for being detrimental to black women by the National Association of Black Journalists, you took your ass to Sean Hannity and Fox News to complain about it. I swear to God, the entire black delegation all across everywhere looked at that nigga do that and just said, nigga, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? But this is where you go. Stephen A. Smith did exactly what most people.
He right. We all collectively look at this nigga like, what the fuck is you doing? Why the fuck you over there with them? Bro, what are you doing? You fucking up. He fucking up. He fucking up for all of us.
Stephen A., fuck is wrong with you? Why do you bitch every time somebody says something about you, but you made your fucking career talking shit about everybody else? I don't get that. What the fuck is that about, man?
I did not appreciate her saying that a vote for Donald Trump was a vote against women.
Stephen A., fuck is wrong with you? Why?
That's crazy.
Was different than it is now. And they was different.
I fear, Stephen A., you are never beating those allegations. The fact that you ran to Sean Hannity and Faux News, the most racist news,
was different than it is now. And they were always to the right. But now they're just in fantasy land. Like, that's not even a news organization to me. That is like state propaganda media. And I can tell you the last appearance I made on Fox was when Sean Taylor was murdered. And I was on with Bill O'Reilly. And Bill O'Reilly said something so out of pocket about Sean Taylor. I, of course, challenged him on it on air. And I told the producer after that, don't ever call me again. I will never appear on this network. And I have not appeared on that network since.
Well, at least Janelle got a little bit of sense, you know, like, she been in this not political, but she been, she been fighting to be a sports journalist all her adult life. And she's one of the best of them. But because she didn't open her legs to niggas, she couldn't get no shows. All the bitches that y'all see hosting those shows, it was just a fucking lawsuit out a couple years ago where Joy Reid and Emmanuel Ocho and some other niggas, all of them niggas was in that shit. Like, them niggas got where they at by sleeping they way there. Them niggas didn't get their position off of America. And Jamal is in the position that Jamal is in because she wouldn't do what everybody else did. And you gotta respect that. She stood for something. She didn't fall for the okie doke. A lot of people fall for the okie doke.
Now,
So Stephen
A. Smith, the soap opera star, apparently says some disparaging things about black reporters and politicians, but then decided to clear the air on Fox News with Sean Hannity? Bro, this does not look good. Why are you talking about politics? What does that have to do with General Hospital? Do you know if you get dropped from that show, it's hard for an actor to find business these days. Good luck finding another source of income. So Stephen A. Smith...
Where Stephen A. went to make his case. That is the most important thing. Stephen A. Smith went to Sean Hannity.
Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times.
When you see the law enforcement, the court system, and everything else being exercised against him, it is something that black folks throughout this nation can relate to.
A few moments later.
For that, I sincerely apologize.
Oh, this gonna be good.
I'm stating right here for the record that my words were taken out of context.
Oh, hell no!
Hey, yo, y'all gotta go check out my man Reese Waters on YouTube. That nigga is definitely funny. He got a whole little show over that bitch where he do political comedy. It's a dope show. Go watch it.
But two, I know you're not talking.
Good evening. I'm Jimmy Victorious.
But two, I know you're not talking about somebody being lucid and cogent and enunciating their thoughts with clarity, and you're bragging about Donald Trump. We can't be watching the same stuff if that's what you're doing. You ain't gonna do that today. You know, now, not Donald Trump now. So again, we might not like something on the left. We might not like something on the right. These are the two candidates that we've got to work with. And when you bring up issues in terms of character or in terms of being truthful or whatever, let me tell you something right now. You can't bring up Trump to make a case against somebody else using those arguments. You can't do that.
Look, you know what? I'm predicting that privately you're going to vote for Trump.
Oh, then never.
He is certainly who he is. He's shown us who he is every single day.
Yeah, which is a fascist. And it's crazy because you still don't have news networks having that conversation. Like when somebody says, when somebody questions Kamala Harris's blackness or is he a DEI hire, y'all will have roundtable discussions about that, asking that question. How come you're not having roundtable discussions asking, is Donald Trump a fascist? Actually not even asking it, stating it. I mean, when you look at the things that he's talking about doing, jailing journalists, jailing his political opponents, turning the military on American citizens. The guy said he wanted to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. How come that is not the topic of discussion on networks like CNN every day?
Apparently Trump's is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist. And I think that America...
You know, this is the first time I will say that Charlemagne is right. I don't even like to say that. It hurt me to say that. But Charlemagne is right. He right. This shit. We should be talking about Donald Trump being a fascist. About how Donald Trump lied to us and told us that he wasn't going to get no new war. How he was going to fix the economy. And for the last 2 years, I just been hearing niggas scream about Obama.
You notice how the foundation is supposed to be based on objectivity and, most importantly, uplifting African Americans within the journalism industry. Well,
why do he feel like the National Association for Black Journalists should coddle him and make him feel good when he out here disparaging black folks? I can't understand it. Please. If someone got a better answer, I'll take it. Till then, this nigga's a bitch.
You notice how the Washington Generals never beat the Harlem Globetrotters? Almost no one ever beats Bobby Flay on his own show because the shows are rigged, right? That's pretty much what we see on Fox News. The debates are rigged. They only find guests who are going to agree with what they say or can't argue with them. Until last night, when you actually saw...
Yo, I've been telling y'all about Stephen A. All you got to do is pay attention.
Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism?
Was that a coke wipe? I'm just asking for a friend. I don't know. I seen that little sniffing whisper, bro. Let's run that bitch back, bro. That look like a coke wipe. He said pay attention to that. The first thing I say was the nigga wiped his nose like he was on coke. Bro, I hope that wasn't a coke wipe.
Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it. And that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised...
We heard this part of the argument before, didn't we, folks? We heard that before.
This is the last thing I'm going to say on the Stephen A. Smith stuff. Hey, Stephen, when you went on Fox News after crying about getting the NABJ Thumbs Down Award, a white man sat in your face and said...
And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things.
And you know why he was so comfortable making that remark? Because he knew...
Toby be good nigga for massa.
And your reaction was...
Times Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things.
A head nod. What was the point of you telling us that you have black sisters, a black mom, and you employ black people, when the moment this pasty pale prick disrespects black women, it's crickets, a head nod, and an agreement?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it.
Your respect for black women is suspect. You're a fucking cupcake coon. And I want everyone to remember, all of this drama is because black people in his line of work gave him a thumbs down award based on his journalism. And after being criticized by his peers in his community, he ran to seek validation from a predominantly white audience. Yo, nothing, I mean nothing, is more satisfying than watching in real time that award be spot on.
Hey, that man was spot on with his analysis of Stephen A. Smith. Because what is the use of you keep mentioning that shit when you out here disrespecting him? Because what if your daughter grew up, or your niece, one of your nieces, grew up to be a politician and said some of the same shit that Jasmine Crockett say or Joy Reid say? Would it be okay for them to be called nutty? She's outlandish that we think that you got any morals. It's outlandish. We need to stop thinking it. The black community, all together right now, let's understand. That man ain't got no morals. He proved the reason he got the thumbs down award was right. He got the thumbs down award because your journalism sucks. That's all. Not more, nothing less. Now, you can make this to be a racial thing when it ain't. Because black people telling your black ass that you suck. But you don't want to hear that. You only want us to give you the participation trophy that you deserve. Because all you did was participate. You didn't lead nothing. You didn't help nobody. You didn't assist nobody. You did nothing. You were the water boy. Get a participation trophy. At least you did get to participate.
Yo.
Significant.
This hell is wrong with
for
you?
being straightforward, blunt, truthful, and honest. And you can't speak the obvious.
And as you know, some of those criticisms have come about lately. And I want to just play a quick clip to get your reaction.
Sure.
To use your platform in order to not only come for me, but consistently kind of have a track record of coming for Black women, I was just very disappointed in him.
They're paying you not for your numbers, my friend. They're paying you because you are willing to say the nasty things about Black people that they want to say.
Your reaction?
They should be ashamed of themselves. Where's your evidence?
Well, Crockett, you have apologized.
Well, let me tell you what I apologized for. Trump followed up what I said by calling her low IQ and stuff like that, which I found appalling. She's a highly educated woman. She's licensed to practice law in the state of Texas, Arkansas, and federally. She's a United States representative. She's an influential, intelligent, decent, good Black woman who cares a lot about Black people in this country. So I apologized for assisting in any way this notion that it's okay to say that about her, because I didn't want any parts of that. But I did feel that the situation was overblown. I was simply saying, is cursing the president out and calling him...
Nigga, why sit up there and say all that shit and then say, but is it worth cussing the president out? Like, nah, you a bitch ass nigga, boy. Boy, I swear, you a bitch ass nigga if I ever seen one. I ain't never seen a bitch ass nigga till I seen Stephen A.
I'm a piece of on national television or in front of a national audience going to help your constituency. I wanted to know the answer to that question.
And as you know, some of those...
Why the fuck do you even think that you deserve an answer to that question is beyond me. You don't. Like, your proximity to white people has been so close is that you think that we gotta answer to you. Like you our father or something. Who father is you? Why do she gotta answer to you? And how you know her calling the president out or calling him a bitch ass nigga didn't help her constituents? Maybe her constituents thought he was a bitch ass nigga and she said it out loud for him. Could that be true? See, two things can be true at once. You can say that she shouldn't have done it. And she can do it. So she did it. So, yeah, you can think that she shouldn't have did it, but your bitch ass opened the door up to that shit by calling her low IQ when you know that she one of the most intelligent black women in this be my problem, because even with Candace Owens, that white man Andrew Wilson sat down in her face and thought that you was gonna play with her, when these black women are the most intelligent women on the fucking planet Earth. Black women, American black women, are the most intelligent women on the fucking earth. But you dumb motherfuckers seem to keep forgetting that.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I tape this show, I reached out last night and asked the president of the NABJ to come on this show to have a conversation with me about her assertions that she articulated on that stage. Do you know what she said to me, ladies and gentlemen? She'd rather have a private off-the-air conversation first. Oh,
well, what's wrong with having that private off-the-air conversation first? So that she can lay some ground rules about the way that you talk and speak to her. Because I'd be damned if I was her, I'd be damned if I let you come and sit and disrespect me in my face. I'm not going for that. I'm not okay with that. I'm not giving the okay for that. No. What the fuck? Oh my God. That was my PlayStation shit. I'm playing Tom Chancy today. I just downloaded Division 2, so I'm playing Tom Chancy Division 2 today. But, yeah. Back to Stephen A. dumbass. Who the fuck is Stephen A. to think that he deserve a fucking answer from Jasmine Crockett? Like, nigga, she don't gotta sit down and discuss how she feel with you or tell you what she think. Nigga. Who are you? Who are you? Not only that, why should the president of the Association for Black National Journalists sit down and have a conversation with you on your show? See, you try to build content off of her. Well, why wouldn't you have the private conversation with her so that she can come on your show? Because it wasn't about that. You wanted to get her on your show so that you can embarrass her and say some disrespectful shit, so you can in turn turn around and say, oh, well, I got my get back. Listen, you got that thumbs down award for being a loser, a sucker, a bootlicker, Uncle Tom, a pick-me nigga. That's what you got that motherfucker thumbs down award for. And going on Sean Hannity proved nothing except exactly what they said. See, you don't want to agree with that. You don't want to listen to that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to feel that. That you're getting the same treatment that you get. Can't sit and disrespect black women and then think that no one is going to come back and disrespect you back. That's not how it works. It don't work like that. It never did, and it never will.
We all know what today's about. We saw what the NABJ did, giving me the thumbs down award. Everybody got their say.
Stephen A. You are a black journalist. You are both of those things. But that in this day and age, you've got to pick a team, and your team would be black people, and you should not criticize them.
Well, first of all, black folks criticize each other all the time, amongst family, amongst friends, or whatever. That's number one. Number two, it would matter to me more, Chris, if they said that. That's not what they said. They said I disparage black women. I was raised by black women. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I have 4 older sisters.
Again, you going on sounding like a predator, rattling out the women in your family. How the fuck do this white man know that it's time to pick a team and that you don't talk about your team? How does the white man understand it, but you don't? No, you understand it. You just don't want to do it. It don't benefit you. It don't get you money by not doing it. By serving your community. You would rather tear us down opposed to serving us in a way that will help us. And the fact that that white man knows that it's time to pick a fucking side. You don't hear him talking down on white folks.
facts. What the hell are they talking about? There's no truth whatsoever. I own my own production company and my own YouTube channel. I employ 6 black women. I have an accountant. I have a lawyer that are black women. I have big upped and promoted and supported black women all my life because they did it for me. So when you say that I am disparaging black women, you need to back that up. And as an organization, the NABJ failed to do so. If you want to engage in politics and you want to say, we don't like the political tilt that you have to your commentary, well, that's a worthy discussion for a journalistic organization. But you're a journalistic organization that's supposed to be foundation, based on fact.
Man, fuck that. How is it you can ask them niggas to do something that you're not fucking doing? They don't have to have journalistic integrity when you don't got journalistic integrity. You want them to have a conversation and tell you that, okay, Gabe, what you doing is wrong, so you can in turn turn around and try to explain it the fuck away. Nobody want to hear that shit no more, bro. Nobody is feeling that shit no more, bro. Niggas is over that shit. Niggas is tired of that shit. We tired of being targeted. We tired of being a motherfucking butt of every motherfucking joke. We tired of it. And if you want to be that pick-me, go there and play that pick-me shit. But don't bring your bitch ass back over here thinking that you get to talk about us when you don't. You've been over there with them. You don't know what it's like over here. You only seen us through the glass. You ain't been in this motherfucker rocking, putting this shit together. You don't even know what we about to eat, nigga, and we gonna feed you. But your dumb ass wanna sit and you wanna tell us, like, see, where is the black person you having this conversation with? This is the second white man I've seen you have this conversation with. But yet you've had to have the conversation with a black person. How is it you can go and defend yourself to white people, but you can't defend yourself to the people who actually called you the fuck out? We did. We told you you was a sucker. We told you you was a loser. We told you we don't think you got journalistic integrity. Why the fuck you over there talking to them? As if they gonna change our fucking mind. They not. We said it. We said it. And if you know us, you know that we gonna stand 10 toes on it. Fuck is you talking about? And this man just even told you. You need to pick a fucking side and stop talking about it. We at that point. It's either pick a side or you can get your ass whipped. See, you gonna be the one we had to knock the fuck out. We're gonna have to take Stephen A out because Stephen A wants to be the olive branch. We don't want the olive branch no more. We ready to break this bitch off at the root. We tired of it. We tired of it. We ready to break this bitch at the root. We don't want to hear no more excuses. We don't want none of your money. We do want your money. We want our reparations. We do want that. Because I'll be damned if I sit up here and say we don't want your money. We want our money. We don't want your money. Money that belongs to you. But the money that belongs to us, we definitely want that. We owe that. And the fact that you think that we should stop talking about that, further let me know that you want to be one of those niggas that is rich by yourself. See, if all black people is on the same playing field, then that gold or that BBS chain around his neck become invaluable. It become valueless. It don't have no value to it anymore. He don't have no value to himself. I just mean to say Even to me, nigga, I got a microphone and a camera and a computer. You on the same level as me now. So you a loser. The moment a nigga that is below you can get to your status, now you gotta figure something else out. And the grip that you got talking down on black folks, nigga ain't gonna stand there for too long. We not gonna rock out like that. But we black folks don't believe in political violence. That's the one thing that y'all got going for yourself, is that we don't believe in political violence. We don't even believe in violence unless violence is brought upon us. See, like they call Carmelo Anthony case. I don't give a fuck that he stabbed him. I think he should have stabbed him. I think you should have stabbed him because the white boy pushed him. In my opinion, you don't get to pick how I defend myself. And you're not going to tell me that the way I defend myself should be equal to the way that you put your hands on me. How you know how I feel. You don't get to dictate that. You don't get to say that. You don't get to feel that. That's none of your business. What I feel is none of your business. And I feel like sharing it with you. And if I share it with you, it's still none of your business. Because you don't have no way or no power to fix it. But we always conflict what the fuck they want, what the fuck we want. We don't got the same values. I know this. I understand this. Before I started this YouTube journey, I did a lot of research. I'm talking 7, 8 years worth of research. Just so I can sit and talk the way that I talk, because I don't want to not be knowledgeable on either side. I can tell you the left and the right going, all the way to the far right to the far left. I know it all. I know what's happening in different countries and shit like that. I got knowledge that I'll never be able to use. Unless I'm sitting here talking to you people. But in all actuality, the fact of it is, Stephen A. thinks that he's better than us. And when those people who think that they're better than us get in the way, you end up with niggas that look like that. He think that he's cool. He's not. He's a loser. And the more that he named how many women is in his family, he sounds even more like a predator.
Act. And that's supposed to be your foundation, that and objectivity. And you were neither objective nor factual, because they were wrong with what they were saying. They didn't have any facts, and they clearly weren't objective. And that was my point. And to give me that thumbs down 5 weeks before I'm to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and oh, by the way, a year removed from me taking a national television.
Why you keep bringing that shit up? As if your award mattered to us. It doesn't. As if you bringing that show to the convention matter. Let me ask you. Do you think the convention wouldn't have happened if you didn't show up with First Take? That's what I'm just trying to understand, because from what I understand, the shit was planned without you, and you just happened to show up with First Take, and they let you rock. Because you was Stephen A. Smith, they let you rock. But now, 3 years later, You've been doing the same bullshit that you've been doing before you was even invited. Come on, bro. Stop the bullshit.
Yo, like First Take for ESPN, back-to-back years in Chicago in 2024 and in Cleveland in 2025. Those years, both years, I took my show to the NABJ conference. Nobody, when have you seen a live national television show broadcasting live from a journalism convention? But that's what I did. Obviously, with the help of ESPN and the bosses like Dave Roberts and Burt Magnus and Jimmy Pitaro, they enabled that to happen. What are they talking about? This is not based in fact. And that's why I know for a fact that, you know what, you've got liberals out there that's in the ear of these people that facilitated them making this kind of position. And I'm calling them out for it because it makes no sense whatsoever. There's no truth to what they're claiming, and it's highly offensive. And I want the world to know that.
But you are a black journalist.
Nigga, let me let you know what the world wants you to know. I finally took my hair out, everybody. It's definitely out now. I'm gonna let y'all see what the new hairstyle look like when I get it done. I'm getting my hair dyed blue today too. So, coming back blue. But, Stephen A. None of that shit mattered to us, bro. We don't give a fuck about nothing you would, none of the people you know, none of your friends. Like, we over the my generation, we over this shit. We over the disrespect. We over the letting niggas slide. We over the backhand comments. We over that shit. We not letting nothing slide now. We on niggas' neck. And not only that, your money don't make who you are. It make you a loser, not a star. But you should remember that. You should remember that. And I ain't got no outro. But I'm about to I'm gonna create an intro and an outro today for everybody. Cause everybody want that motherfucker. So we gonna create one. I'm gonna show y'all the behind the scenes of how I create my my video. I'm gonna try. Can't promise. Cause I'm not well versed in hooking everything up yet. But once I do, I'll be good. But no, if Chris Como know that you need to stop the disrespecting of your community, then I don't know what to tell you. It ain't nothing nobody can say to you to make you stop doing what you doing. You gonna do what you want to do regardless. And as a man, you got the right to do that. But as a man, you need to understand that people got the right to talk shit about you too. So this has been your prodigal child, Chemo, the motherfucking hero, when you know Stephen A. Smith ain't nothing but a zero.